me hear some noise if that dance that I just did was a little bit weird. Or what about a nice little throwback to National Convention, when my boy Chris managed to eat a whole entire burger before I even got a taste of my food? That's different, right? How about this year at Vice when we were at Graves Mountain? After the end of a long day, there was a dance. And needless to say, we were a little bit uneducated on the line dances. A little bit different. If that's what it means to be different, then what does it mean when your differences are what make you belong? You know anything about me, one of my favorite things to do is skip school. CGS field trips, auto band events, feeling just a little bit tired in the morning. I'm skipping school because of it. Without a doubt, the best way I've been able to skip school over the past 4 years is because of this jacket right here. Let me hear it for skipping school because when sophomore Franco heard that he could skip school to go to a public speaking seminar, he couldn't be more excited. The only experience I had with public speaking was competing in the Creed contest as a freshman, and if you know anything about how that went, I got last place. You can see why Miss Blankenship really needed me to go to that public speaking seminar. Day of, I was tucked into Miss B's Jeep wearing my spiffy little corduroy jacket. We got there a little bit early, and Miss B decided to take this cute photo of me. Everybody say, "Aw." Aww. One thing I will always remember is walking into the auditorium where this public speaking seminar happened. The front was filled with FFA members from our area, and their advisors were tucked in the back. Miss Blankenship did what every other advisor did and ushered me to the front, then made her way to the back with the other adults. As I sat in my seat, I wish I could say that sophomore Franco immediately began talking to my neighbors nonchalantly and making friends. No. This photo, which I found on the King George FFA website, shows what I really looked like. I looked like a kid who got dropped off at daycare for the first time. Now, I want you to take a really good look at this photo and the physical state I was already in, because there was one small problem that was deeply haunting my thoughts. Red Laubach, the man in charge of the public speaking seminar, came up to us about 5 minutes before it started and said this: "Hey guys, make sure you have a partner because you're gonna need one for the entire 3-hour workshop." If you look to my right, nobody. If you look to my left, a freaking aisle. My mind was exploding. I thought maybe I could just go sit in the back with Miss Blankenship and all the other advisors. No, that would be embarrassing for both of us. So I sat. I just sat in my seat, even when it felt like my jacket wasn't fitting my sides right and the roof was gonna fall on top of my head. That literal crash out must have been a lot more visual than it felt, because pretty quickly, someone came up to me and asked if they could sit next to me. They asked me what chapter I was from. I said Courtland. I asked them what chapter they're from. They said it's complicated. I thought, no, it's not. It's literally on the back of your jacket. As I was saying that, I looked right under their name, and it said 2 words: State Reporter. Some say this is when Franco was born, because your boy was sitting next to a state officer. That workshop went on to be amazing. I filled out a sick brochure and ate some fire nachos for lunch. Even when Savannah Goodwin, the state reporter during my sophomore year, had to leave, she made sure to introduce me to a gnarly kid from another chapter. When I walked into that workshop, I knew one thing. I didn't grow up on a farm, and that meant I was different. For some stupid reason, I thought different meant I had to sit by myself. I thought different meant I wouldn't belong. Savannah Goodwin turned what could have been the end of my FFA career into an event that planted a seed that would grow deep into the ground with roots, because I was beginning to learn that I had a place in agriculture. Savannah Goodwin has done something that I've seen you all do a lot this year. She chose to be different by sitting next to the kid who was alone. Savannah Goodwin made a difference
by being different. Sometimes being different is accepting others for their differences. So, what does it mean to belong when all you feel is different? It means being the Savannah Goodwin for someone else and choosing to believe that everyone has a place in agriculture. It means surrounding yourself with people like y'all who choose to love others like me regardless of my differences. It means choosing to always live your authentic self because your purpose will always be greater than someone else's opinion. Courtland FFA, make a difference by being different. Plant your seed authentically and let your flourishing love make every seed grow. Thank you.